Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Life Talk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Elisa.
Right now, imagine this. You're sitting in your room, maybe your desk lamp is on, the world outside's a little quiet, and you've got your headphones in. It feels like just the three of us, me, Elisa, and you, sharing this moment.
I like that. A cozy little bubble of English learning. And today's bubble has a theme, shadowing.
Shadowing. It sounds mysterious, doesn't it? Like something a ninja might do.
Exactly. But don't worry, you don't need to dress in black or hide behind a tree. In English learning, shadowing means repeating what you hear almost instantly, like an echo.
That's right. You hear a sentence, maybe from a podcast, a movie, or even from us, and you repeat it right after in almost the same rhythm and tone.
Sounds simple, right? But here's the cheeky truth. This might be harder than it sounds.
Before we get deeper, a quick reminder. Liking what you're here? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more, but only if this is your kind of learning.
And tell us in the comments where you are right now and what time it is. We love knowing if you're listening from a sunny morning in Brazil or a quiet midnight in Japan.
Now, settle in, maybe grab a notebook, or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together.
So let's start with the basics. Why does shadowing help so much with spoken English?
Because it trains two super important skills at once, listening and speaking. You're not just copying sounds, you're learning the music of English.
I like that word music because English really does have a rhythm, right?
Exactly. Listen to me say this sentence. I'm going to the market later. Slowly, calmly. Now, Elisa, try shadowing me.
Okay, I'm going to the market later.
Nice. Did you notice how your voice followed mine? Almost like we were singing the same song?
Yeah, I didn't think about grammar. I just copied your sound.
That's the secret. Shadowing is less about rules, more about flow.
But wait, if you're listening right now, you might think, what if I can't keep up? What if the speaker is too fast?
Great question. Step 1 is, don't panic. Step 2, slow it down. Many audio players let you choose speed. Try 0.75x at first.
I actually do this with dramas on Netflix. I pick English subtitles, drop the speed just a little, and suddenly I can shadow the actors.
And it feels more natural than reading from a textbook, right?
Definitely.
Let's try a mini shadowing game with our listeners. I'll say a phrase, then pause, and you, yes, you with the headphones, repeat it exactly after me. Ready?
Ready.
It's a beautiful evening.
It's a beautiful evening.
I can hear the birds outside.
I can hear the birds outside.
Perfect. If you repeat it along, congratulations. You just shadowed with us.
And hey, if you whispered because someone's in the next room, that still counts. Whisper shadowing.
Here's another tip. Don't worry about mistakes. If your beautiful sounds more like bootiful, that's okay. The main point is staying in rhythm.
Because your brain is training itself almost like a musician practicing scales.
Exactly. Think of pianists. They don't stop every time they hit the wrong note. They keep playing until the song feels smooth.
That's such a comforting thought.
Speaking of comforting, do you remember when we talked about airports in an earlier episode?
Oh yeah, about ordering coffee in English at the terminal.
Right. Imagine you're at the airport and you hear an announcement. Flight 325 is now boarding at gate 7.
That's the kind of phrase you can shadow. You hear it, then you whisper, Flight 325 is now boarding at gate 7.
And when you practice like this, the next time you hear a real announcement, your brain goes, I know that rhythm.
Now, let's add a little cultural flavor. Did you know Japanese learners actually popularized shadowing as a language technique?
That's true. It's used in language schools there because it's active. Your whole body gets involved. Ears, mouth, memory.
And honestly, it keeps you awake. If you're just listening passively, you can zone out. But when you shadow, you can't drift off.
Unless you're shadowing with us at bedtime. In that case, maybe you do drift off, but hey, at least you fall asleep in English.
That's a win-win.
So, let's wrap up this first part. If you take only one thing away, it's this. Shadowing is like being an English echo. You copy what you hear, you don't pause to analyze, and slowly you start sounding more natural.
And don't pressure yourself to be perfect. Start small. One phrase, one line from a podcast, one scene from your favorite show.
Bit by bit, your fluency grows, not by studying harder, but by echoing smarter.
Which, I have to say, feels kind of magical.
So, we've learned that shadowing is about being an echo. But before you can echo clearly, you need one superpower first: listening.
Oh, yes. Training your ears. It's like tuning your radio before you sing along. If the signal is fuzzy, the song sounds wrong.
Exactly. A lot of learners try to jump straight into speaking, but here's the truth. Fluent speakers are usually strong listeners first.
That makes sense, because when you hear real English, like the rise and the fall, the pauses, you're building a map in your brain.
Let's try a tiny experiment. I'll say the same sentence in two ways. First, with no rhythm. I am going to school.
Robotic.
Now with natural flow. I'm going to school.
Smooth, rising tone. Wow, the second one feels alive. It's like music, like you said earlier.
That's what your ears need to catch before your mouth can copy.
So, if you're listening right now, here's your first mini mission. Practice ear shadowing.
Ear shadowing, I like that.
It means instead of speaking right away, you silently follow the speaker in your head. Imagine the words bouncing around in your mind, like an echo chamber.
That's a great warm-up. It reduces the stress of speaking too soon.
By the way, do you remember when you first learned Spanish, Nico?
Oh, yes. I used to walk around Madrid just listening to people talk in cafes. I couldn't join the conversations, but my ears were soaking up the rhythm.
And later, when you spoke, you already had the music of the language inside you.
Exactly. That's what happens when you train your ears first.
Okay, let's make this practical. Imagine you're on the bus. You've got your headphones in, listening to an English podcast. Instead of checking social media, you just listen closely.
You catch every little thing. How the speaker says, wanna, instead of want to. How they pause before a joke. How their voice goes up at the end of a question.
And here's the fun part. You don't even need to understand every single word. You're training your ears for sound, not for translation.
Yes, that's such an important point. Many learners panic if they don't know a word, but fluency is more about recognizing patterns.
Like if I say, hey, what's up? You don't need to translate it word by word. You just know it means, hello, how are you?
And if you listen to that phrase enough, your brain automatically remembers the melody.
And then when someone says, what's up, to you, you don't freeze, you smile and say, not much, you?
Exactly. And that comes from ear training first.
Another tip, close your eyes while you listen. Seriously, it makes your ears sharper.
Oh yes. When I close my eyes, I feel the shape of the words like waves.
That's beautiful. And it helps if you're tired, like late at night when you want to relax.
Let's do a listening game with our learners. I'll say 3 short phrases, and you, dear listener, just focus on the rhythm. Don't repeat yet. Just feel it. Ready?
Ready.
Could you help me, please? It's raining again. See you tomorrow.
Did you notice how each one had a different melody? Polite request goes up, statement goes down, cheerful goodbye bounces up.
That's the ear training part. Once you can hear it, shadowing becomes easier.
Here's a little cultural note, too. In many English-speaking countries, people care more about how you say something than what exactly you say.
Yes, if your tone is friendly, people forgive small grammar mistakes.
So, by listening carefully, you're not just learning words, you're learning attitude, warmth, even politeness.
Which is why listening practice is never wasted time.
Let me confess something. Sometimes when I shadow, I don't repeat right away. I just walk around listening to audiobooks like a child soaking up a bedtime story.
That's actually powerful. Children listen for years before speaking, and then boom, they talk fluently.
I'm basically a child again, with a latte in my hand.
A very sophisticated child.
So to wrap this part, if you want smooth shadowing, first, train your ears. Listen with full attention, notice rhythm, and don't panic about unknown words.
Think of yourself as a detective collecting sound clues. The more you listen, the better your shadowing becomes.
And once your ears are tuned, your mouth will naturally follow.
All right, so your ears are sharp now. You've been tuning into the rhythm of English like a musician before a concert, but sooner or later, you have to join the band. You've got to start speaking.
And that's where shadowing really comes alive, because now you're not just listening in your head, you're echoing out loud, speaking in echoes.
Yes, and let's be honest, this part feels awkward at first.
Totally. You might sound silly, you might stumble, but hey, that's part of the fun.
Let's test it with a mini role play. Imagine you're in a coffee shop. The barista says, "What can I get for you today?"
And you, listening right now, shadow that line. Say it with me. What can I get for you today?
Nice! Now when you order, you can answer naturally. "I'd like a cappuccino, please."
See how it feels? You're practicing real-life conversations, not just random words.
A lot of learners worry about getting every sound perfect, but the goal here is flow, not flawlessness.
Flow, not flawlessness. I love that.
If you stumble, don't stop. Just keep echoing. Think of it like dancing. If you miss a step, you don't freeze on the dance floor, you keep moving.
And honestly, sometimes the mistakes make it funnier. I once shadowed a British podcast and said, "I'm chuffed to bits." I had no idea what it meant.
That means I'm very happy. You probably confused your friends.
Exactly. But because I repeated it with the same tone, they left with me, not at me.
And that's the cultural magic here. When you echo a phrase, you're not just repeating sounds, you're borrowing the personality of the speaker.
Yeah, like when you shadow an American sitcom, you pick up their playfulness. Shadow a British drama, you absorb their elegance.
Or their sarcasm.
True.
Let's make this interactive again. I'll be the original speaker, and Elisa, you'll shadow me, okay?
Ready.
Excuse me, could you tell me the time?
Excuse me, could you tell me the time?
Good. Now faster. Excuse me, could you tell me the time?
Excuse me, could you tell me the time?
Nice. And listeners, you should try it too. Don't worry if you feel rushed. That's exactly the point.
Because the closer you get to the speaker's speed, the more natural you'll sound in real life.
There's also whisper shadowing. This is great if you're shy or in public. You move your mouth and breathe the words softly, almost like you're lip syncing.
I love whisper shadowing on the bus. People think I'm just talking to myself, but really, I'm training.
Or they think you're practicing for a secret mission.
Even better.
And here's a small but powerful trick. Record yourself. Do a 30-second shadowing session, then listen back.
Oh, yes. The first time I did this, I thought, do I really sound like that?
We all do. But hearing yourself helps you notice which parts match the original and which don't.
And little by little, your voice becomes smoother.
I remember shadowing news anchors when I was learning French. They spoke so fast I could barely keep up. But after weeks, my tongue started moving quicker, almost automatically.
That's the beauty of echo practice. It builds muscle memory. Your mouth becomes faster without you forcing it.
Let's also talk about emotion. When you shadow, don't just copy words, copy feelings. If the speaker sounds excited, you sound excited.
Exactly. Try this. That's amazing. Bright and cheerful.
Now shadow me. That's amazing. Cheerful echo.
And now the opposite. That's amazing. Flat and bored.
That's amazing.
See? Same words, different emotion. Practicing both helps you sound more natural in conversations.
And this matters culturally too. In English, emotion adds meaning. Saying thank you politely versus warmly can change how people feel about you.
Right. If you shadow real voices, you'll naturally learn these social signals without a boring grammar lesson.
It's like having a built-in acting class.
But one warning, don't push your voice too hard. If you shadow for too long, your throat can get tired.
True. Think of it like exercise. Do short bursts, rest, then go again.
Yeah, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Even cooking dinner is a good time. I shadow while stirring pasta.
I shadow while walking my dog. He thinks I'm talking to him, but really, I'm repeating lines from a movie.
Poor dog.
So here's today's golden line. When you shadow, don't freeze over mistakes. Keep going, copy the flow, and let your tongue dance with the rhythm.
And remember, you're not just an echo. You're training to become the voice itself.
So far, we've been talking about shadowing like a practice you do with podcasts or shows. But let's be honest, life isn't always a classroom. Sometimes you're on the go in random places, and that's where shadowing can sneak in.
Yes, this is my favorite part. Shadowing in real life. Because English isn't just something you study. It's something you live.
Let's imagine a normal day. You're walking through your neighborhood. Maybe you pass by kids playing, cars driving, someone mowing the lawn. In your headphones, you're listening to English.
And suddenly you hear, "It's a lovely day today." Instead of just smiling at the sentence, you quietly echo it. "It's a lovely day today."
Exactly. You're layering English on top of your real world.
Same thing if you're in the kitchen. You're chopping onions, and in your podcast, someone says, "I need a break." You mutter, "I need a break."
Which is true because chopping onions makes everyone need a break.
Yes, especially if you start crying. Then your shadowing sounds extra emotional. "I need a break."
Authentic shadowing.
The magic here is that you're connecting English with your life. Instead of waiting for a study session, you turn your errands and routines into mini English moments.
Like when I'm on the bus, I hear a character on my audiobook say, "Could you open the window?" I whisper, "Could you open the window?"
And sometimes the real person next to you actually opens the window.
True story.
Okay, let's role play one more real life place. The supermarket. The cashier says, "Do you need a bag?"
Listeners, try shadowing that right now. Do you need a bag?
And then you answer yourself, "No, thank you. I brought my own."
Boom, you just rehearsed a common English moment.
By the way, if you're worried people will stare when you shadow in public, remember whisper shadowing or even silent shadowing. Just move your lips.
I call that lip sync shadowing. It looks like you're humming to music, but you're actually training English.
And no one even notices.
Let's talk about how this connects to culture. In English-speaking countries, small talk happens everywhere. In the bus, at the checkout, even waiting in line.
Yes. And if you shadow those tiny everyday lines, you're preparing for real interactions.
Imagine someone says, "Long line today, huh?" If you've shadowed similar phrases, you'll naturally reply, "Yeah, it's pretty busy."
Instead of freezing and just nodding.
Now, another advantage of shadowing in real life, it keeps boredom away. Long commute, suddenly, it's English gym time.
Washing dishes? Boom, shadowing theater.
Walking the dog, free English lessons starring you and your dog.
Poor dog again.
But here's the key. Don't try to shadow everything everywhere. That's exhausting. Pick 1 or 2 phrases per day.
Yes, quality over quantity. Today, you might focus on, "How are you doing?" Tomorrow, maybe, "Could I get a coffee, please?"
Slowly, those phrases build into your natural toolkit.
You know, it's kind of like learning to cook. You don't memorize every recipe at once. You just practice one dish until you can make it in your sleep.
That's a great metaphor. Shadowing in real life is like seasoning your day with English. A sprinkle here, a pinch there.
And soon, your whole life tastes like English.
Let's do one more practice with our listeners. Imagine you're walking down the street. You hear me say, "Sorry, could you move aside?"
Now, you echo, "Sorry, could you move aside?"
Perfect. That phrase alone can save you in crowded places.
Or if you're in the kitchen, careful, the soup is hot.
Listeners, echo that. Careful, the soup is hot.
See, you're building practical, usable English step by step.
Now, one last note here. Shadowing in daily life also trains your confidence. When you practice phrases in safe spaces, you're ready when the real moment arrives,
And when it does, it feels familiar, almost rehearsed.
which makes speaking less scary and more natural.
Like déjà vu, but in English.
Exactly. We've gone from cozy echoes to ear training to speaking to real-life shadowing. Now let's talk about something really important: how to keep it going. Making shadowing a habit.
Yes, because shadowing works best not as a one-time exercise, but as a daily rhythm. Like brushing your teeth. You don't just do it once a month.
Hopefully not.
The first step is small goals. Don't say, I'll shadow for an hour every day. That's too big. Say, I'll shadow for 5 minutes while I make tea.
Exactly. And 5 minutes every day beats one long session once a week. Your brain loves short, regular workouts.
Like language snacking, tiny bites of English spread through your day.
Another trick is pairing shadowing with habits you already do. For example, if you walk to school or work, make that your shadowing time.
Or if you cook dinner every evening, shadow while stirring the soup.
Just don't burn the soup.
Right. Safety first.
Now let's talk about motivation. Some days you'll feel lazy. That's normal.
Oh, yes. I have days when I think, I can't shadow today, I'm too tired. But then I remind myself, even one phrase counts.
That's powerful. Even whispering, "How's it going?" one time keeps the chain alive.
Exactly. It's like planting seeds. Each small echo is a little seed of fluency.
Here's a fun idea. Create a shadowing playlist. Collect clips, podcasts, or shows you enjoy so practice feels entertaining.
Yes. Don't force yourself to shadow boring stuff. If you love cooking, shadow a cooking show. If you love football, shadow a sports podcast.
Passion makes the practice stick.
Another thing that helps is accountability. Tell a friend you're doing daily shadowing or even shadow together on a call.
I love that. It's like going to the gym with a buddy. You push each other.
And sometimes you laugh at your mistakes together, which makes it less stressful.
Speaking of mistakes, remember they're part of the process. Don't let a bad day break the habit.
Yes, think of it like brushing your teeth again. If you skip once, you don't quit forever. You just do it the next day.
Exactly. Consistency is more important than perfection.
Let's also connect this to culture. In English-speaking places, people respect steady effort. You don't have to be perfect, but showing up every day shows commitment.
And the same is true with shadowing. Little by little, your fluency grows, and suddenly you notice you're not just echoing anymore. You're speaking freely.
That's such a wonderful moment.
Let's give our listeners one last shadowing practice for today. Repeat after me. Step by step, my English is improving.
Step by step, my English is improving.
One more. I can make shadowing part of my life.
I can make shadowing part of my life.
Perfect. So here's the takeaway. Don't treat shadowing as homework. Treat it as a daily companion, a friend walking beside you.
And when you keep that friend close, English stops being scary and starts being part of your everyday voice.
Exactly. And here we are, at the end of today's journey. Take a deep breath with us. You've learned how to echo English, how to sharpen your ears, how to let words roll off your tongue, how to carry phrases into real life, and finally, how to make shadowing a gentle, steady habit.
That's a lot, isn't it? But notice we didn't rush. We took it step by step, echo by echo. And that's exactly how you should treat your own learning. Slowly, softly, but consistently.
If you shadowed with us today, even just once, you've planted a seed. Seeds don't grow into trees overnight, but with a little care each day, they grow strong and steady. That's your English journey too.
And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to know every word. What matters is that you keep showing up, keep listening, keep echoing. Every whisper, every small attempt is proof of your effort.
So wherever you are, on a quiet evening, on a morning train, maybe lying in bed now, give yourself a little praise. You've taken another step towards fluency.
And as you drift into the rest of your day or into sleep, imagine yourself walking through a soft, peaceful place. The words of English float around you like gentle lanterns lighting your path.
Each lantern is a phrase you've shadowed, glowing softly, guiding you forward.
And tomorrow, when you hear English again, you'll recognize the light.
Step by step, you're becoming the voice you once echoed.
Good night, learners. Rest well.
Until next time.